Experian.
Wow.
Glad something is.
So
Oh,
good.
goodness. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. What show were we just watching where they're the Keke Palmer and SZA movie?
Why do I keep wanting to say No Hard Feelings? It's not what it's called. Fuck. It's gonna drive me nuts.
Anyway, that Experian message just reminded me of like when they're trying to get the loan and
Oh, yeah.
the credit score combined is like 300.
And she's like, hold me back. Hold me back.
So funny.
Oh, man. That's a good one.
Yeah, I liked it.
Well, maybe we can recommend that if we could remember the name of it. I don't even know. Did I say welcome? Hi, everyone. How's everyone
We're
doing
recording
today?
at a different time than usual.
Yeah, a little flustered.
We don't know what's going on yet.
Yeah, well, I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. We'll just dive in. Our 10 and 10 are a few recs that we have. So I guess our first one combined will be that movie. This is a Keke Palmer.
I'm gonna look it up so we can know.
It was really good. It was funny.
I thought it was funny. Was it like the movie of the year? No, but one of them days.
One of them days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. Cute little quick watch. So that can be, we're actually going to do 11 and 10. But you go first because I can't find my notes.
Okay. I started watching The Righteous Gemstones because it was recommended at our housewarming brunch, and maybe it's because I grew up in a religious household, but it's not even like Mormonism. It's just like what is the phrase? Like mega churches.
Yeah.
Like the family behind the mega church, and it is so outrageous. It's like so far-fetched but also not, and just really funny, and the acting I'm like
Well, what's his
dying
name is
laughing.
in it, right? The one that was in White Lotus. This is the white. I know you didn't watch that. The one with the big forehead. Walter, I think his name is. He wears a white
know.
wig. I think so.
Okay.
Actually, I know he is. But yeah, he's the one. He has a like funny accent. I think they all have funny accents. I haven't watched
they're
that
all, like,
show.
from Texas, but there's the one guy from Pitch Perfect, isn't it, too? I don't know if that's the same guy you're talking about.
No.
I'm so bad with actors' names, but it's a good cast, and they're all really funny, and it's like ridiculous, but
How long are the shows?
the first season, I feel like the episodes are like pretty long, but now they're like 30 minutes maybe.
Oh, okay.
Which is good,
Yeah.
manageable.
I've heard a lot of good things about that show too, so I need to jump on that train. Well, my first rec is I'm throwing it back. I've never watched Schitt's Creek before, and so I've been watching Schitt's Creek, and I don't know what my I don't know. I always go against the grain. Like if someone's like, "Watch this," I'm like, "No."
No.
So I had to
Too
go
mainstream.
with it at my own time. I love it. So I'm recommending that, but I'm also recommending like a comfort show. Like I love, I want to rec How I Met Your Mother or like things like that, because it's like, yeah, there are really good shows, but I think there's something for me. I love a comfort show. I love putting something on in the back that I know what's gonna happen. There's not gonna be any like pop outs or scaries or anything like that. It's just gonna be comfortable, and I can also manage other things while I do it. So that's my first rec.
That's your comfort show now?
Yeah.
Or just a comfort show?
A comfort show.
Okay.
Yeah.
My next one is also a show. I think I've mentioned it before, Working Moms, which is like 20-minute episodes, and I just feel like it's stupid and funny, and sometimes TV is hard for me because I think about all the things I want or need to be doing instead of watching a show. So when the episodes are 20 minutes and I laugh, and then I'm like, great, and then I carry on with my day, and there's so many seasons, so I'm chipping away at it, and it's good.
I love that.
Yeah.
I literally am almost done with Schitt's Creek, and there's 6 seasons. I don't stop. There's no I don't ever think of the other things I need to be doing when I watch TV. I'm just brain off.
I am really craving, though, a weekend where I have no plans and I just watch TV all weekend. I want that so badly.
I think we can make that happen.
Maybe in August, we'll pencil
when
it in.
there's nothing going on in the middle of the heat. My next one is also a TV show that Erica and I have been watching. I don't know if this is on yours, but The Secret Life of Mormon Wives.
Oh my gosh.
I am obsessed. I think everyone is. I've heard almost every day there is at least one table at my restaurant that is talking about the show. I think it's so fascinating. I don't know what it is, like, I was going to say I don't know what it is about this reality TV show that's different than all the others that's, like, making it so popular, but I don't necessarily think that statement is true. But I think that these, like, I think that you can automatically see the authenticity in some of them and then not so much in others. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I, like, really gravitate towards this reality TV. It's, like, drama to the max, but also,
it's
like...
actually insane.
It's actually insane to also think that, like, this could have been you. Like, your life. Or not my life, because I'm not Mormon, but, like...
Yeah.
Even just, like, the, like, panning out and looking at Utah, I'm like, this is Nevada. Like, it's just, I don't even know if Nevada had more Botox, because I'm just like, this is crazy, but it's so good. We're only on, like, episode 3.
Yeah, we're really chipping away at season 2. It's hard because Ellie and I's schedules are so opposite.
Literally.
That when we have a chance to, like, be at home at the same time, we also need to have enough time to watch an episode. But, have you listened to the recent episode of What We Said?
No.
They talk about it. They don't give any spoilers, but the hosts of that show also grew up Mormon. So it was interesting to hear.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, they both.
Oh wow, that makes
Mormon. That's why they say the phrases that they do.
Okay. That's why I was like, wait, why are we speaking like this?
Yeah.
No, I love that.
It kills me. I think that's also why I love their podcast, because I relate. I'm like, I know why you're talking the way that you are. And, like, sometimes they'll cuss, and then other times they're like, shiz.
Yeah.
And it's just like they haven't broken it yet.
Yeah.
But they were talking about how, like, it's actually kind of really sad too, like how the Taylor's family, horrible. Like, it's infuriating watching.
There's this scene where they're, like, arguing, or no, they're having dinner at, like, the picnic table, and out of nowhere, and, like, you know, it's, like, the producers, you know, having, but like, a little...
her dad being like, are you gonna be a slutty cat?
Yeah. And then being like, well, it's you. Like, you're the reason why.
You're the reason why this happened to you. Just slut-shaming, and just, like...
I was speechless.
I was so angry, I wanted to break the TV. But they were talking about how, like, sad it is, too. It's, like, really fascinating to watch and a really good show, and I agree. But I also agree that it's, like, the friendships in there are so fake. Like, they turn on each other so fast. The fact that Jesse's like, I just want to, like, see what happens if I invite all these people to a party. It's like, you clearly don't have your friend's best interest if that's what you're, like, trying to do. It makes for great TV, but if you, like, think about it, you're kind of like, wow, this is really shitty.
Yeah. Well, that too, and it's like, this is, like, going, like, way too into it, but I literally could do a whole episode on, like, one episode. Like, you know how some people do that of, like, Bachelor and stuff? Yeah, I'm like, I could easily do that. But now, because I'm on social media, I saw that Demi, however the fuck you say her name, drives me nuts, and Whitney are doing TikToks together now. So now I'm like, y'all are just hate to hate. And, like, trust me, I get it. But also, like, you are on TV. I feel like if I was being... Well, actually, I was going to say if I was being recorded, but I'm like, I get recorded all the time, and I still say the craziest shit. But I'm just like, you would think that you'd be a little bit more like, oh... I don't know. It's very high school, very, like you said, it makes for good TV. So that's all that matters. But it's a great show.
A good one. Well, fully switching gears now because I have been traveling a lot. I am very thankful that I have, like, a full travel kit that I don't have to, like, take out my toothbrush, take out my toothpaste, take out and then put it back in. So my rec is to just buy 2 of everything, you know, like, so that you just have a travel kit that you don't have to, like, oh, this is my toothbrush, but now I need to, like, it's an extra thing to unpack, and I've just been really grateful to just take my toiletry bag and put it away.
Yeah.
Instead of, and this is very recent for me, so welcome to
Everyone's like,
adulting.
No.
But, yeah, I feel like if you haven't done that yet, if you're late to the game like me, it is a game changer.
No, I definitely had a different toothbrush, and so that made it easier. But it's so nice when you buy like the smaller to go or like travel size things and like just refill it and keep it in there. It is so nice because then you just put it away and don't have to think about it again. Yeah. So except for when it explodes and then you have to like wash all of it. Shit. I'm also switching it up. You and I were actually talking about this, and I don't think we ever finished talking about it, but there was a kind of recent episode of Girls Gotta Eat, their podcast, called The Relationships You Never Get Over. Yeah. Did you finish this one?
I literally couldn't.
Literally the bio, I read it this morning because I wanted to know the name. I forget the name of the title. Their bio, the first thing it says, well, this episode will make you feel things. Yeah. And then it's period, and then it goes on to like the rest of the stuff. It is tough to get through, definitely. I had to do it in like little increments. I think there was like this one part. Sometimes I'm like, when you religiously listen to a podcast, you don't necessarily remember the title. So when I went to go to listen to Girls Gotta Eat, when I listened to this, I don't think I knew what it was I was listening to until it got to a certain section of like getting over. I don't want to like ruin it, but I also am going to ruin it a little bit. There was this one part where the guest, Josie Balker, I think I'm messing up her name, I'm sorry. Josie Balka. She says like something along the lines of like, you need to learn to be okay with your ex not treating their current partner the way that they treated you. Like, just because they were like a shitty person to you doesn't mean that they're going to be a shitty person to the other person. And if that's how you cope, that's great, but that's not always the case. Yeah. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, pause. Pause. But so that was like one thing, but the whole episode I listened to, and I think it's just really grounding. Even if you're not like going through crazy relationship stuff, I think it's just very like, it was just nice to hear like from somebody that, I don't know, harder conversations when it comes to like breakups and getting over things and having exes and things like that. And I thought it was a really good episode, so go read it or go listen to it.
Love. Maybe I'll finish it today.
Yeah.
Well, I was just in Phoenix and it's hot there. It's 102, and I was like, by the last day, I feel like I was acclimated because it was 95 in the shade, and I was like, this feels fine. But it was hot and dry, and I had on one of the days shorter shorts. I'm going to recommend longer shorts.
The chafe is real.
The chafe is crazy, and because it was so hot, I was like getting like the red, like the bumps.
Yes.
And like, I'm just like, for what? If I get like the mid-thigh shorts, I think they look cute. I feel comfortable. I'm not chafing. Because I had both. And one of the days I wore my shorter shorts. And I was just like, why am I doing this? Yeah. Like, unless I'm going to the beach and they're like a cover-up or something. But if I'm walking around all over town in short shorts, if you like them, great. But I'm going to say long shorts are the move for this summer.
Yeah, especially if your thighs touch. Yeah. Like, it's tough. I have my only pair of shorts right now is from Old Navy from like 7 years ago. And the bottom is rolled up a little bit. So not only are they like, they're not super short, but they are like, they're not like the mid ones that you're talking about. So not only are they short, but they're also like, there's like a dip or an indent already on both of the legs. So it's like extra fat fabric. I'm like, ow, it hurts so bad.
Not the
move. I love that rec though. I really need to go shopping. I need some new jeans. My next one is Trader Joe's has these mini ice cream cones that are made with oat milk, and they're called like Hold the Dairy chocolate mini something cones. I don't know, but they're like this big and they're so good, and Yeah, that's what I'm wrecking. That's my snack
I
for
love
this
that.
for the rec.
I'll change mine actually because the thing I want to talk about we're going to talk about in this episode. But I've been big into breakfast potatoes.
Ooh.
Just buying a bag of potatoes, they're gone.
Oh.
I hate them all, but chopping them up, putting them in the air fryer, and it takes a second. But then I just like make a lot of them, and then I reheat them with eggs. So good.
So good. Love a meal prep. And then my last one is Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I may have already talked about it on the podcast, but it doesn't matter. So. This book is part of the Hunger Games series, and it's Haymitch's like year to go into the Hunger Games, and you guys already know I'm a nerd about a lot of things, and I'm a nerd about Hunger Games, and I really like this, but I finished it a while ago, but the reason why I'm wrecking it now is I saw someone reading it at the bar 2 days ago, and her and I got to chatting, and I just love that. Like, I love when people go read at bars. Like, I just am like, I love your life. 2, I love talking to people about books. And when they pull up, like, their Goodreads, and they're like, oh, like, matching, and we're, like, exchanging, like, book information, and she recommended a few to me, and so I saw her reading this book, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I love this book, you're gonna love it. She was, like, only a few pages in. She was telling me that she is reading this one. She didn't know that they had the President Snow one, which was, like, the Songs of, whatever movie just came out, Songs of Snakes or something or another, which is like President Snow's past. Okay. Yeah, and she didn't know that there was that one, so she's now reading the Snow one in tandem with the Haymitch one, which I thought was very interesting. Anyway, long story short, it's a great book, and if you know the Hunger Games, you can easily pick this up and read it. Very sad though, but fantastic.
Love. I need to get back into fantasy.
Yeah, and that's our 10 and
17. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was like, please don't stop the video. I have, Substack. You have it too.
I do, yes.
I just got a notification because I follow Path of Stoicism. Stoicism is just fascinating to me, and the thing that it just sent me, the harshest reality truth. After a certain age, you are no longer the product of your environment or how you were raised. It's a personal choice to live the way you
do. Wow. I've never been backhanded so hard in my life.
So, no more excuses.
Okay. After I'm like, my problems are because I grew up in a military household.
Mormon, and I'm gonna keep blaming everything for that. Well, never mind then. Okay.
Dude, Substack is hilarious, but that is oh my god. Wow. Okay. I guess we needed that to start the episode.
It is kind of a good segue, I guess.
It really is. I think I wanted to talk about self-care this episode, so I feel like this kind of ties in sort of, because I wanted to talk about our past self-care routines, and then maybe some ways that we can start implementing the things that we probably should be implementing. But that's funny because I think my current self-care, something that we've been talking about, is this whole self-identity and working through childhood things, and so that is an interesting quote to have.
I feel like, to me, when you brought up this idea, I was thinking about it as reclaiming self-care, because I know that we've talked about it before as kind of things that we want to do or should do, but it's kind of what do we need? Because I feel like the self-care needs that I have right now, I'm not really doing a lot of them, but I know what I do need, and so I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, that too. Or they're not working like mine. They may have worked before, but now it's okay, I've adapted, or I don't even know the right wording, but something needs to change in order to have different results or feel better, or I don't know, switch it up. I like that. Reclaiming. That's a good one. So yeah, self-care, man.
What would you say are the things that are not working for you right now?
I think just I have a tendency to put like a band-aid over a broken leg. And so when I think of self-care and when I've like thought of self-care in the past, I think of journaling. When I'm angry, go for a run or a walk, like get outside, which is all great and things that I subscribe to. Like I love that I journal. I love that I get outside or work out or like have that forethought in my brain to be like, oh, I'm getting very upset. Have I eaten today? Have I had water? Like I try to have those things. I think like it needs something deeper. I think the surface level activities or self-care routines that I'm getting into, like even sometimes just like getting in like real deep into it, even like washing my face or flossing, like things that are so routine, I end up just like flying through without the like thought of caring for self. And then it ends up like just becoming this like routine wash away, like I said, band-aid over a broken leg type situation. So I think that is, did you say 3 things? What did you say?
I just said what are the things?
The things, yeah. I think going deeper maybe is like what I would start with, you know? What about you?
I feel like when I think about what I really wanted last year, it looks so it looks so different now. Like I wanted to have a lot of things going on. I wanted a busy schedule. I wanted all of this stuff. And now all I crave literally is my own time. And I just feel like I have all of my time is like given away. And not necessarily in a bad way. It's like to people I care about or things that I care about. But I just feel like I'm really depleting myself of like having the ability to journal or having the ability to like slow down or watch a freaking episode of something without being like stressed out. And like I do my planner for the week, which is helpful and like a form of self-care, but then I feel like I should be able to get 2 things done in a day that are outside of the stuff I already have scheduled, and I can't even get those things done. And so it's like I think what's not working for me is how much I've committed to in my life. And I feel like kind of what we talked about last week around like just questioning what the heck we're doing and what's going on. I feel like when I was laid off and unemployed and I had all the time to think, it was great. And so it's like, no, I don't want to not have a job anymore, but I do want to get more of my time back so I can like have more of that self-discovery. Because I was talking with our friend yesterday, and she was saying how she's like, yeah, I like did a surf lesson over the weekend, and like I've been getting into tennis more, and I'm just like, I love that. I love that you are making the time to like just try those things. I don't feel like I have literally any time, and I'm driving back from coaching this morning, and like there's a group of like 3 people out running, and I'm like, last year we were running together in the mornings and it was so nice. Yeah. And like, what the fuck am I doing right now? Like,
oof, yeah. even hearing you talking about all this, even hearing us talk about that right now, like I feel my heart rate, like oh, no. I'm like, I get stressed out because it is like, I'm in the same boat, but like, I don't want to be like a negative Nancy, but I also want to like be as authentic as possible. I feel like I'm in a similar boat, but like opposite, whereas like I have all of the free time. I quit my job that was like burnout because I literally couldn't speak. I couldn't get home or talk or be a human being. And so I got a job that like pays a lot less but opens up all the time. And my points to that are, 1, I think I'm like wasting it. Like I feel like a waste. 2, it's like, okay, yeah, I don't really know how else to go into that, but like, and 2, it's like, okay, I hate the world that we live in sometimes because it's like, you're either really wealthy when it comes like money wise, but you're like nose to the grindstone constantly. You can't even like look up from doing anything.
Yeah.
Breath of fresh air. You finally are able to experience the world, and like you can't experience the world because now you have no money. So it's like happiness and like time with yourself, but like not doing a lot of the things that you maybe want to do, or knows the grindstone constantly, and I hate that sometimes like those are the only options for like a lot of people, which is really shitty. And but specifically to what you were saying is like I can relate a lot to. I think for me, I just have a tendency to be in my head a lot, and I find that I can't, like with my self-care, it's like, okay, that's great that I journaled, or that's great that I went on a walk, and like, yeah, I feel better, but what happens when I'm feeling anxious or depressed or upset? Like I'm so stuck in my own head. I can't get out. Like a little journal prompt isn't gonna help me. Little walk around the block isn't gonna fix me. Like it's like a constant like practice that has to be put in, and I feel exhausted by the world, which is something I think like just hearing you talk about what you were talking about is something you can relate to, of like, but by the time I have maybe the 2 minutes or the scheduled amount of time that I've put into self-care, I'm done. Like I'm exhausted. And from you, it seems like from work, and for me, it's just the exhaustion from up in here, which I know you're going through as well, but it's just like, and then you're too tired to even, at least for me, like I'm too tired to, when it does sit down to like do a more extensive like journal prompt or talk to someone, that I'm just like, whatever, dude, this is life. I'll just deal with it.
You know what? Before we get into like what we think would work, I also yesterday in the thick of it was like, how would I do this with a child? I like, how do people, I don't know if it's just like, maybe this is why a lot of moms specifically just kind of like lose themselves, because it's like all of their time is going into another human, and then just like their basic like survival, that I'm like, I am so lucky from my point of view to be able to have just me to take care of and just me to figure out. So like I feel like, okay, if it's just me, I can do this. I can change things. I don't have anyone else dependent on me. I don't have to like worry about coming home to like a partner and having to figure out what they need or want. So I'm like trying to think about this time in my life right now as kind of like reclaiming it again, which I feel it's like I'm having deja vu, because I'm like, I feel like I just was doing this in 2023. Like, why am I like, yeah, I'm reclaiming, I'm like taking it back, but maybe that's literally what needs to happen, because I don't know. I don't know.
But I feel that way too, because I'm like, okay, I think back even 6 months ago, like my, just like sitting in my body, how I'm feeling in this moment compared to sitting in my body and how I was feeling in August or September. I guess it's a little over 6 months. I'm like, my math's off. But I'm like, night and day difference. I feel like I can easily like put on a mask, but I'm talking about like up in here. I'm like, what the fuck happened between then and now, where it's like I would wake up with just like sunshine and fucking rainbows like bursting out from every fucking hole in my body, just like and now it's just like dark and cloudy, and I'm just like really into the analogies, but I'm just like, how, again, like you were saying, like how am I here again? Like I thought, you know, we did that trip, or I don't even know, like I don't even think I did a lot of work. I was just happier. I was just happy doing my thing, and then it just downhill or something. And then it's like, once you don't, I don't even know what the right wording is, but I just feel the same of like, what the fuck? Like I was fine 2 minutes ago, and now I'm not. But nothing like traumatic has happened. There wasn't just this like big thing. I mean, there were maybe a few little things, but like not really, that I'm just like, what?
I do feel like I had a lot going on.
Yeah, you had like you have specific things, but it's just like
it is. Yeah, it's kind of, it's hard not to beat yourself up for like, why do I feel like I'm back here again? But I think you bringing up this episode idea, I was like, okay, this is good, because I've been feeling these things of like, here's stuff that's not working. I feel like I know what I need to do to change it, but I'm not like pulling the trigger or doing anything about it. Like, I enjoy coaching. I love, like, I that's fun for me, and I was really excited to get back into that. We moved. The gym's now 20 minutes away. I'm coaching 3 times a week, twice in one day on Tuesdays, and it's like not really fun anymore. And I can tell that the energy that I'm bringing into that isn't always like, I kind of dread it, and then I have to like fake it. And sometimes I'm like really glad that I have it, because like this morning I'm like, okay, I just did like a hard workout and I'm not going to have time to work out the rest of the day. But I'm also like, I could have just done that at here and not having to drive 20 minutes to and from. And yeah, sure, it's like extra money in the month, but is that worth how I'm feeling about it? Probably not.
No.
And like, I've been thinking about putting in like my notice, and I just sit on it, and I am like, when the time's right, I'll do it. When is the time ever right? Like, just, that's one thing that I think I need to stop coaching, or at least get on the sub list so that I can work out and do like train for something like we did, because that was so fun to have that to look forward to. And right now, like, the only times I'm working out are when I'm coaching, and it's not necessarily the workout I want to be doing.
Totally. I think I relate to that too. Not that I have a second job, but I think when I was in your position, and based on like, I think I know you a little bit, is it feels like quitting. I mean, you are, but it's like, it's something that you wanted to do. It's like, you want it to make it work. And it is that little extra bit of money. So it's like, no, I can. And you will push yourself like up until you can't. And I think you're in the moment of like, okay, I have a forethought of like, this isn't feeling good. What should I do? But you're like, your instinct is like, no, like I must keep going. So it is really hard to like be like, no, brain, stop. This is going to be better for me in the long run. So
yeah.
Well, that sucks. I know that. I think it's hard to make like a decision when it comes to jobs and careers, especially when it was a goal on your list not too long ago, to then be like, oh, but that also means like you might find something around here. So I understand.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I've been doing it for over a year now, and I've enjoyed it. And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop altogether, but maybe I can find something that's like 5 minutes away
little closer.
Of 20.
Yeah. I think on mine, a lot of it is mental. So a lot of it is like the freaking quote at the beginning of this episode of like, I have to make the choice, or like whatever, and like I have to be like mentally aware of what I'm doing and go in with the choice, because a lot of it is attitude and mental. And so for me, it's like career wise, I don't want to get too much into it because like there's so many things that change every day on my goals list, but I just am trying to think of it when it comes to like self-care. And I think this is a hard conversation with me, or for me, because of like the goal that I put for myself this year. Like my main goal and like the theme that I wanted is to like let go of what people think of me, because I think it just harbors so many things that stop me from becoming the person that I know that I can be, because I just become so debilitating in every aspect of my life. And so when I'm already up here and I already care about what people think, it's almost like it is so hard for me to leave the fucking house. Like, I don't need to. One, when I like pay rent and I love my house, I'm like, why do I need to leave? I have everything I need in here. And so like when I do leave, I hold all of this resentment for myself and my past and the negativity that I have towards myself. But I've used this analogy before of like the rain cloud. So when I step out and I have a job where I do have to be if I want to make money, I need to be very open and happy and be a people person and be able to like show up with a good attitude. And I know like I have better interactions. Crazy. I have better interactions when I'm in a good mood. But it's like when my mood is down and everything is decreased, like how do I show up for all of this? I think the one self-care thing that I can say, finally get to my point, the first thing is therapy, but like I'm so hesitant to say that because like how many fucking times have I said that on this podcast?
But also like you can say it again and again and it's fine.
I'm still not in it, but I'm gonna say it, you know?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I think having like an extra person to like be accountable, I just am hesitant because my past therapist was like not the best, and I feel like it's a really tough time for people in that are working in health service, like healthcare right now. And so it's like cost an arm and a leg. You never know which one is gonna vibe. You know, what about if the first one isn't? And it's like, if I step into it, I want to do it right. And I feel like, oh my God, I feel exhausted. The thought of even thinking of like, okay, is this person gonna fit? Is this within my budget? Is this gonna work? And then it's like, okay, I find one that I, like works within my budget, and then I go, and then it's like, not that they're shit, but it's just like, this, you're not gonna do anything. Like, I need someone that's gonna have a little bit of a stronger backbone, or like, not to be rude, but I'm gonna walk all over you. I'm gonna take control. I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna be like, no, I got it. And then walk out. Like, I think the best thing I need is someone to be a little bit more hard with me. I think that's the personality type that I need, and I just haven't found that yet. But I think outside of therapy, I just need to decide, like, I need to have skills and some sort of like activity or workshop or something that like reframes my brain for when I go into certain situations. And I know that seems like maybe more of like therapy than self-care, but I'm like roping it all in because like I don't feel like I can do self-care properly because up here isn't right. So my first like analogy that I had at the beginning of the episode was like washing my face. I feel like, you know, you see or you hear people that like take their ritual, their nighttime ritual, and that's like their self-care moment where they're like meditating and like focusing, or like, you know, think of the people that do like their mobility before they're like, or they're stretching, they're like really into it. It's like very cathartic, but they're like, yoga and things like that. Like everything is just a check off the box. It's like wash my face. I'm like, brush my teeth. I'm like, stretching. It's like, okay, like, oh my God, I've done this for 10 minutes. Like I'm done. And then I go to work out. This exact thing happened to me yesterday. I like thought I was stretching. I like did my little stretches that I usually do, but there was no brain. I wasn't focusing on anything. And then I go to lift, and the first thing, the exercise is barbell deficit. Wow, I can't even speak. Deficit lunges, reverse lunges. I go to do one with literally just the bar to warm up. Both of my knees are like, just, I can't.
Screaming.
Yeah. And I'm like, did I warm up? Like, I even thought, like, did I warm up? Or am I just diving? I'm like, oh, no, I did. But I'm like, my mental state, like, was somewhere else. And I'm just like, you see what I'm trying to say? I'm like getting jumbled because my heart rate is up. I'm getting very like flustered.
No, I do see what you're saying. And I feel like it was a revelation for me, and you saying that, because I'm thinking back to last year when I was doing all of these things that you're saying. And I'm like, what is the difference in now? And I do think it's the mental piece. And I do feel like it's like when your mental isn't right, no matter all the little things that you do, like it's not going to change you, because you can't stretch your way out or wash your face or walk and then your brain is okay.
Fixed. Yeah. It just doesn't work.
It's like the opposite order. It's like when your mental is good, then those little things I feel like just continue and like kind of carry you through. And so when hard stuff does happen, you're like, okay, but I have this, but I have my routine, but I have whatever. Instead, it's like you're in the shit and your brain is like all sorts of fucked up. And then you're like, but I went on a walk today and it didn't do anything for me. And it's like, I feel like that's what I'm realizing right now as you're saying that, because it's literally, I'm going on walks more than I ever have in my life. And I'm like, why do I still want to scream?
It's like a fury walk too. You're like, fix, brain, fix. And you're just like, what is happening? You're not fixed. It's so hard.
It's so hard. Oh gosh.
And I think too, like, even just hearing me say that, it's a lot of reframing in my brain. And I think that is like a option of self-care too. If I can't, like, I'm trying to take step by step. Like, if I can't let go of what people are saying, or like if that's my goal, if I can't let that go, or I'm spiraling or whatever, like what's the easiest step that I can take? What's the first thing I can do to calm my spiral or to really take care of self here? And I think just this like word reframe is like, okay, just fake it till you make it. What's another way that I could describe this situation? You know, like, what's another way I can describe, like, the IRS knocking on my door? Or, like, what's another way? And I said it last episode of, like, make it humorous, which helps too. You know, definitely talk to people. But again, because a lot of my issues are up here, it's like, this isn't gonna fix itself. Like, I have to put in the work. And so I really, like, take a deep breath. I'm trying to come up with, like, a really good example. But I'm like, in the moment, okay, like, take a deep breath. This didn't happen, but it could have easily, like, if I was in a bad mood. But yesterday I woke up and realized I didn't have any milk, something I've easily spiraled over. And one, I think it was because I was in a good mood, so everything was fine. But I think, like, if I was spiraling in that moment, I think it's just so hard for me to just, like, step outside of my brain. But how easy when I'm in a good mood to just be like, hey, can I borrow some milk? You're like, yeah. Like, I'm not going to be pouring all of it in the drain. It's just a splash for my coffee. It's like, these little things just need a second to, like, reframe. I don't know if that was a good example, but
Yeah, no, it is.
It's just tough.
Yeah. I'm feeling like I don't have, and I don't know that we need to have, like, here are the 6 things I'm going to do to reclaim my self-care. I feel like this was very good for me to just process, like, why am I feeling like the little things I'm doing aren't working? And I do feel like I know that I need more time to be able to, like, be with myself and be with my thoughts, and also just, like, figure out my own, like, mental shit going on so that I can enjoy the workouts that I'm doing, or enjoy the, like, romanticize my life more, because it's hard to do that when I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yes.
Or, like, why am I doing it? What is the purpose to all of this?
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Really, same. I don't need to repeat everything. I just think it's definitely things that I'm thinking about of how to be a little bit more present and how to take care of myself. And I think what you said of reclaiming self-care and making it a little bit more of, like, a me time and being present is something that I'm just, like, really, really trying to do, and hoping that'll help.
Yeah, I do too. If you didn't listen to the last episode, 29's been an adventure, and a little bit different than 28, but, you know, we are figuring it out.
Yeah.
And I think if you're also not even 29 but in the same boat, that's okay. And it as we kind of just said 2 years ago, we were also right here. So here we are again, and we're gonna figure it out again, and it'll be fine. It's fine.
I will have to say, though, like, I do think back to those moments, and I'm like, I may be not feeling as good as I did in those moments, but it's not that all of the work I did to get into that moment in the past went away. Like, I do think I have some... It's changed a little bit. Like, I used the tools that I had to be, to feel healthier and happier in that moment. And then, like, the tools got used up, and now I'm, like, kind of going back, and now I just, like, need new tools or stronger tools, or re-implement different ones at different times. And that's kind of, I think, where we're at right now. It's like, all right, well, that worked for a little bit. Now I need to find something else that works. And I think that's, like, the whole, like, reclaiming part, because some things work sometimes and then they don't. And that's life. We're really just learning so much about the world and life and living, and yay!
It's really fun. I'm really
having a great time.
Having a good time. But
love it.
Love it. Love you guys. Thanks so much for listening. Polite as Fuck Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Give us a follow, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.